I will fully introduce you to the Tower of Hell game. All menus, all mechanics, all features, everything in this video. And at the end I will show you a bonus. Useful viewing. When you enter the game, you are on the first floor of a huge tower that hangs somewhere in the sky, and you have to climb each floor to the very top. But first, let's understand the interface and its functions. You are given 8 minutes for one round. On the right there is a strip, the top which indicates the topmost floor, and the bottom the very first. This bar is divided into parts in different colors, and these colors reflect the level at which the player is located. The name of the music that plays on the game is indicated in the lower right corner. If you click on these coins in the lower left corner, a menu with the store, effects and setting will open. Let's start with the store. As progress through the levels on the tower, you are credited with coins, which after this time will be in your lower left corner on your account. With these coins in the store, you can buy low gravity with 130 coins, which will affect all players and will increase the height of the jump. By the way, all these mutators will affect all players, and after the purchase by any player, it will be displayed under the timer. High speed for 100 coins, which will increase speed by 25%. Invisibility for 5000 coins, the most expensive, will allow you not to die from lasers and glowing cubes. Extend adds another floor to your tower, maybe you just want to make fun of it. Negative reverses the colors. Foggy creates fog everywhere. Extra time adds 2 minutes to the passage time. Let's go through the paid one quickly. Invisibility makes everyone hosts, so if the players bother you, you can buy it. Double jump. When jumping allows you to push off the air a second time. This feature makes everyone jump endlessly. Checkpoints. $30. You can put a checkpoint in front of a difficult spot so that you can respawn right in front of it, and then start again if you fall from that point. Double coins. Doubles the reward of each player. Let's get to the mechanics. Mechanism functions do not apply to other players, they only work for you. Speed coil increases your movement speed. Gravity coil reduces gravity to make you jump higher. By purchasing a fusion coil, you will have high speed and high jump. When you buy a coil, it appears in your inventory and it starts working when it is in your hands. With the advent of a new round, all these purchases disappear. Scoop. It builds a square with which you can overcome any obstacle. This square is short-lived, soon it will disappear. Hook allows you to hook onto something. For example, you can catch onto something so as not to fall completely. By pressing the left mouse button again, you will unhook. That is, if at the levels there is an opportunity to catch onto something and fly over most, then why not use it? Hourglass should stop time, but for some reason they didn't do this with all my experiments. I'm from Mechanism, I only like springs, but who knows, maybe you will use something else. You can buy coins for Robux. For 600 Robux, you can buy token doubling forever. You can reset your skills by getting points back. What are the skills? What are the points? I'll tell you that in this game there is a system of equations. Depending on how high you get experience. With each new round, the level increases when this green bar reaches the end. From it, you can determine how soon a new level will be. One new level equals 1 point, which can be spent on upgrading the tools that you buy in the store, namely speed coil, gravity coil, universal coil, spatula and harpoon. First, I'll tell you how leveling works. You cannot buy the second level of leveling, even if you have enough points, without buying the first one. These upgrades are divided into branches that give different effects. For example, a velocity spring has only one branch with velocity, while a gravitational spring has many branches with jump high and jump power, and so on. If you choose one branch, the other will be unavailable to you unless you turn it off and start buying another branch. Purchased skills can be disabled. To turn them off, you need to click on them once. If they glow blue, then they are disabled. The gravity spring has a branch with 3 levels of jump height. The first increases the jump by 45%, the second by 55%, the third by 60%. There is a branch with a double jump. Branch with jump power increases its power, which also affects the height. Speed spring increases movement speed by 75, 140 and 200% according to its levels. In the universal spring you will not be able to jump skills as much as in the speed and gravity springs separately. The speed there can be pumped by 50 and 100%, gravity at 45 and 55%, and the power of the jump can be pumped only once. Shoulder blade. It has a branch with an increase in the area of squares by 2 and 4 times. Or instead of platforms you can put a ladder. The harpoon has a branch with an increase in the range of the shoot and the speed of swinging on the rope. The number next to pumping is its price in the store. There is also a tab with effects. Here you can get effects and different skins for your instruments. You will have all this if you buy a box for 500 coins. Or if you don't have them, then for 25 Robux. These boxes differ in that some kind of, and the crown is drawn on the paid one. All these items cannot be obtained from the free box, because there are effects that only drop from the paid box. A box with a crown is displayed near them. To the right are the chances of these effects occurring. The lines under the effects indicate its rarity. White, common, green color, rare, and so on. A typical trail looks like this. It is smooth and translucent. The undulating path will follow you in a wave. This is how the trail fading towards the end looks like. In addition to these paths, there is still radiance, smoke and flame. I don't have them, but I can assume that smoke, flames, radiance will be behind you or around you. Well, textures for springs, harpoons, blades and watches. There are also settings in which you can customize the theme of your menu. You can put a white, black and transparent theme. If you have your own private server, then the settings open up for you, which include changing the size of your tower, rewards for passing, or you can just skip the whole round. Let's move on to specific tips on how to pass Tower of Hell. If you can't complete Tower of Hell at all, then I advise you to practice Tower of Misery first before playing Tower of Hell. I advise the particular place because it is in its place you can choose the difficulty levels. Choose simpler and practice. Now about Tower of Hell. I will not consider each specific level in this game, because it's long and inefficient. I will give you a solution for specific complex cases that may occur at different levels. But you still need to understand that your skills in Tower of Hell mostly depend on your practice. Tips will help you by about 20%. First, I will talk about the obstacles that exist, and then I will move on to specific life hacks and tips. There are ladders here that your character clings to and climbs up. The main thing is to stop in time so as not to fall forward. Lasers that if you hit, you die. They can be in place or somehow move. Moving blocks that will push you and the direction they are moving. Horse blocks that appear and disappear. It is possible to stand on them until they disappear. An element that pulls up. And finally, advices and life hacks. The most important advice is to be careful, attentive and prudent. What does it mean? That is, before you start passing the lever, take a look at it, see what it has and think about how to pass it. This scary thing is not too scary if you jump on it. So you slow down and the situation becomes calm. Here, a block above your head prevents you from climbing. You need to go to the edge, press the space bar at the same time and fly in one direction and then in the opposite direction to be on top. Practice. On the block that move, you need to jump not directly on them, but along their trajectory, so that there are more chances to get in. And to jump from such, you just need to seize the moment. Look around, do not keep the view from above all the time, because sometimes it is not clear at what height the blocks is. If possible, play more often. In this case, you will train and play better, and since the levels are repeated, you will easily pass them, because you remember them. If you think that you will fly over, then in the moment of the jump, when you realize that you have already reached the block, twist the camera to where there is a continuation of this block, so as not to fall. Well, or jump obliquely. Turn on the shift lock. Moving the camera with the right mouse button is not very convenient, because you can just move the mouse. So turn on the shift lock in the setting and press shift to activate. If your game slows down, it's bad. In general, it will be very difficult to play. So go to the settings and turn down the graphics. In the character editor, you can reduce the size of your model so that it was smaller and run into lasers less. Well, if all the levels in this game are already easy for you, then you can go to Pro Towers. There are more levels and they are more difficult. In the game you can get secret levels with a very small probability. Screen examples. In Pro mode they are also available. If you wanted to find a secret level and you see that it is not on top, then I advise you to re-enter. Well, now I'll tell you what all these badges mean and how to get them. There are 7 badges in this game. Let's start with the simplest. The Pro badge, issued if you are in Pro mode. Newbie badge, issued for the complete passage of the tower. Mutated, issued if you have activated all mutators, except for paid ones. Secret, issued for finding a secret level. Explorer, given if you have completed every vanilla section. There are currently 159 of them in total. The vanilla section is the one where there are no complex elements. Max, issued if you have upgraded each skill. Collector, given if you got every effect from the free box. And here's the promised bonus. I show you the safe, which sometimes comes across a secret level. Very few people know what is in it and how to open it, so they miss their chance. And since you watched the video to the end, I will show you this secret.
Just don't tell anyone.
I didn't come across this safe, so I took footage of a person under the nickname Athanuji. So we see a huge safe. In the video the first doors are already open, but the code from it is 69420, and inside there is another safe. The code from it is 516467, and already there is an orange spring in it, which makes it possible to jump endlessly, but it is given only for one round. In the following rounds you can only take it in your other hand as a decoration. Rasko was with you. Subscribe, because you might miss the new videos, and come back to me if something is not clear. See you again.